Like, anyway, Good morning and welcome back to Satisfactory. Thank you for joining me once again on this beautiful summer Saturday morning. Yeah, we're back. We're back here with our game. Hey everyone, we're back. Thank you for coming back in here today as I kind of get my brain functioning and firing all the cylinders. Which is not necessarily the easiest thing to do sometimes. But we are here, we are standing on a roof, and we've noticed a problem. Beyond the fact that I can't hit buttons. This seems to be a problem. Somewhere along the line, I have cut power to this building, so I literally just noticed that. I'm sorry for the weird button hits. I am still transitioning my brain. I've accidentally cut off power here. Don't know where, so I just gonna do a quick reconnect, and I think right here. Okay, so we're just gonna grab ourselves a little power pole here, drop that right there, and like I say, I literally just discovered that. Okay, did that bring you guys back into functionality? No, it did not. Why? Why are you being so difficult? What? Seriously, what is going on here? Have you guys got power? No, that's connected there. So that doesn't need to be here. Weirdly enough, that doesn't need to be here, so let's just clear that up. That is definitely not working. We just need to make a connection here. Okay. I think when I put in the new towers, I might have deleted something I shouldn't have. Come on, man. Okay, I just want to get the power going. I need to get that aluminum flowing. That's not my current aluminum system. That is got the issue. There we go. That should get everyone back into functionality. I am out of aluminum ingots, though, for some reason. Aluminum ingots. Oh, stop hitting that button! Do not want to hit that button. I want to know why I'm not getting an aluminum ingots. Aluminum scrap? How's the aluminum scrap? Well, not exactly what I had intended for this morning. Yeah, that's what I thought. You break the system, you put an interruption into the system, and your water becomes the problem. So what we need to do is we need to flush this tank. And let's see if you guys can drain out. No. Why can't I drain your water? Well, let's just flush the entire system here. Full pipe network. Flush! There we go. It's got these guys going again. So yeah, what happens, of course, if this system gets backed up at any point in time, the water is going to back up, and once that water gets backed up, whatever aluminum you think you're making, you're not. You are just you are saturating. Okay, that's up and running again. That's good. Okay, that means these guys should be up and running again. Yeah, there they go. They're doing their thing again, which means the ones upstairs should be running again. So everything is back and functional. This is the old stuff, of course, so we need to make all new, but again, just want to double check in here, not hit that button. I want to hit that button. There we go, and we're back in aluminum. Okay, so these are the two new buildings we've put in. So just a quick recap of what we're after and what we're doing. After taking care of the aluminum, we are working our way to these fused modular frames. Looking for 3 a minute. They're going to need them to kind of unlock the next tiers, get my next tier of machinery. as well as get the next items that are going up to the space elevator. So what we're doing here is we're not focusing on this. This is we're going to do back in the kind of new central city manufacturing. I got to name these areas. We've got our nitrogen gas that's already been tapped in. What we're working on is we're just trying to get these aluminum casings, 150 of them per minute, which is more than my current setup can manage. So we're setting up these things. So far, we have got our bauxite tapped. So our bauxite is coming in from way down there, right down there. We got a bauxite, falls into this station here. With that bauxite, we got to mix it with some water. So you can see, there we go. We got our bauxite coming in. I'm going to obviously have to flush systems and whatnot, but we are making our alumina solution. Bauxite is all full, which is good. So we bring the water in. Water's coming in from tiny little pond. You guys don't. Oh, here we go. We can look down here. So water's coming in from a tiny little tap pond down here. I don't know how much more I can expand the water down. I'm literally using puddles. And I'm more shocked that I managed to get 4 water extractors in there. But hey, we got 4 water extractors in there. So that's providing our water for this stage. If we're going to need more water, we will have to start shipping it. Which is, we'll think about what to do. Okay, so then once we get our alumina solution, we are working to convert that alumina solution into aluminum scrap. And for that, we needed coal. And that's where we wrapped up last week, was getting our coal tapped in. And we can just see it right there. If we go into photographic mode, because I love photographic mode, we can just hit T there, get rid of the... So there we are gathering from one of the 3 coal nodes. So that is kind of going to be a major coal supplier from here on in. So all we need to do now is make sure that coal is going into that building by getting a train coming up there, and we are good to go. So first thing I want to do is I want to see if I have anything currently delivering coal. See, that's delivering copper ore, but I have a blank station here. That's receiving the kind of bauxite from the round system, so I just kind of tucked that one over there. This is some sort of weird graphical glitch. Why are you broken? Anyway, so yeah, we need to bring the coal in and get that coal going up. Now, where? Now, I did set this up, so if we look again over here, fell out of the power range. Go Power Rangers! So if we look over here, you can see that I've kind of set it up so that it's the train station. There's a skip, and then we have our freight car. And I'm thinking what that allows me to do is to use the same train that is currently delivering here. Maybe not, I don't know if I want to deliver, no, maybe not the train itself. How full? Let's see. We're bringing nothing in here. What are we getting in? You got nothing there. Okay, I want that. I need that. Kind of need that train to come back. Come back. Where are you? So it's running off over there currently, but it does come back. You know what? It's not that much of a diversion. What I want to do is I just want to double check. Yeah, see, this is... Yeah, okay, so... Past Roland is pretty bad at leaving notes for future Roland, and present Roland is stuck in the middle. Okay, so yeah, this is the station that I'm intending to bring the coal in. I'm just going to have to divert that. It's not that much of a detour. Shouldn't add that much more to the route. And if we have a look here, you can see that, yeah, we're not worried about delaying our copper coming in. All right, so the coal's going to come in through here. And we need to get it all the way up into here. So that's kind of the lower section. So easiest way to do that, if I got a straight shot through anywhere, I can actually pump right through here, turn the belt, go through there. Okay, so that actually is surprisingly fine. Yeah, okay, so let's see. We can do this. We'll put that there. Let's get to work. And then we'll come up here. Where's that belt going to go through? That belt is going to go right through there. Actually, you can tuck it in straight into there. Okay, so let's get our belt here. Let's see if we can't get him positioned. It's a bit spaghetti-ish. Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong damn thing again. It's a little spaghetti-ish. Maybe no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. It's one thing to have some like this, but no, that's getting way too spaghetti-ish. Especially when I got a perfectly good floor underneath here. Let's just use the floor underneath here and run our belt that away. Where exactly over there? I don't know. Let's go find out. Okay, so if I'm gonna duck through here, I want to come over to. Ow! Hey, look. You, my good friend, need a freight car. And you are set to unload. Okay, so let's go set this guy's train route up here. So we need to go into our menu. So right now it's coming into the ore receiving. It goes to the ore deposit or depot. But I don't remember what I called Crater Lake Depot. There it is. So we're going to save the chain. Nope. And a timetable. Let's try that again. Let's add that to the route. So it's going to go now. It's going to go back to the ore, grab its copper. Then it's going to come back and hopefully grab the Crater Lake. There you go. We can see that. So we can close this off. Let's just ride the train for a little bit. I don't ride my trains as often as I used to. Yeah, because I got my hypertubes. They are faster. You get more zoom. But it's been a while since I've ridden one of my trains, and I figure, you know, let's take a trip on the old choo-choo here. Oh, that's right. This one actually goes down. Yeah, this one doesn't go to the big copper deposit over there. This one is one of the original copper depots, and it's pulling it from the cliff. The space elevator stations there, just because it's tapping into one of those two up there. Well, that's all right. We got lots of copper coming out of there. That's a nice little run down there. Yeah, so this shouldn't be too much of a problem for this train, as, you know, the next stop for it is literally just right up there. So that's all right. So this guy's gonna just kind of sit here. He's not gonna do anything. He should start moving pretty quickly here because, you know, he's full. You're full. Move it along. Move it along. Thank you. Why would you? It's got a schedule to keep. All right. Anyway, let's head back up. What do we got for our menus again? Forward, reverse. I'm... Am I in photographic mode? Oh, look at that! No, I'm not even in photographic mode. Well, that's interesting. You can actually hide the HUD while you're riding the rail. Well, that's pretty cool. I've been playing this game for a decade, and I still occasionally find something new. Mostly, I think, because they keep adding new things, or, you know, I just never noticed it before. That's entirely just as feasible, if not more feasible, than it being a new feature. All right, so we're going to go test out the old coal here and see how we're doing on that. Sorry, just doing a quick check on the other side here. Thank you. There we go. Toot, toot. Left mouse button toots your horn, just so you know. All right, so now we're doing our first pickup on our new coal. Yay! Seems like I'm wasting a lot of time riding this train. You know, we've only got about 3 hours worth of stream, and why am I riding the train? Because it's fun. Okay, let's see what comes up here. Oh my god, it feels so bloody slow. I mean, I get it. It honestly, it is the right pacing for the animation. But when you're just sitting here, man, it takes forever. Hurry it up. Move it. Okay, we're heading back finally, and we have our first load of coal. And of course, we got Samor there. All kinds of goodies along here. Certainly no struggle with most of the major resources. Like, there's literally oil. I think it's on either this cliff face or just over there. All right, in you go. As slow as mud. I think I don't know. Suppose it should slow down coming into the station. All right, we're finally back. We can get the hell out of the train now. Okay, I was again just let's make sure that we are in fact unloading our coal here, and then we can get it moving. Look at that, moving, grooving, having a great time. Let's find a place to bring the coal up. Look at this. I even have a convenient location right here. So we're going to put in our floor hole. Let's give ourselves a little bit of space right there. Right there. Grab ourselves a Mark V lift. Make sure we're going in the right direction. And there we go. Okay, so we have a target. And we have a load of coal. Yay. Look at that. Yes. Okay. So now we have to get away and get untangled and come underneath here, because we need to bring in we need to move our coal from here. Let's try that, and in the right place. Is that in the right place? Yeah, that's in the right place this time. So we need to move it from here. There we go. That's the noise I was waiting for. And we need to get all the way wherever the hell that bauxite is going up, which is right there. So we need to get around this structure. Now this structure contains a train, so it's the lower route, bypass route. So we don't want to get too much into there. I think probably is to come out this way, run along this direction, all the way. No. I mean, the obvious solution is, yes, just, you know, underneath, roll along, but I want to see if I can figure out something maybe a little bit more elegant here. Not holding my breath, though. From the other side of this wall. How does it flow underneath here? Yeah, so that's coming back up. I'm never going to have enough room to put a... Yeah, it's going to be what it is. All right, so the thing I was just looking for is trying to avoid just having, you know, going up, going down. Let's make sure we're in straight mode here. And we're just going to kind of do it this way. We'll tuck it underneath here. We're going to go right through here. I'm going to do a little bit of clever disguising. So if I grab one of these and put that there and do the same thing on the other side, of course I will have to put in a 1 meter wall along here just to kind of clean things up, but that's okay. I prefer having the 1 meter kind of filling in that foundation part right there. We're going to go all the way out to there. And the reason I want that there is because what it allows me to do is to put one of those there. I need to get rid of that for a quick sec. Let's grab this, and we can put him right where? Want to make sure you guys are lined up. Over by one, there you go. Another one right there. Of course, I'm going to have to remove the ramp temporarily, but now we can just go across here. And in fact, yeah, we can then grab... I don't have angled walls. Of course, I'm not going to have angled walls. I never use angled walls, but we do have tilted walls. So I should theoretically, come on. Let's get you turned the right way. There we go. And then I'll just nudge you into place, because then I could put... Let's try that again. Let's get you facing the right way. Looks like we have to drop you down, not move you over. There we go. We just drop you down by one right there. And I'm going to put two in there. And I hit the wrong button again. And there we go. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that means I should just now be able to grab my lift. You can hear it clicking. Clicking. Excellent. Yeah, that's better. That's reasonably neat and tidy. So now it's just a matter of running the belt from another lift. Grab our Mark V belt, make sure we're in straight mode. It won't go that far, so we'll just come back a little bit. Where are you lining up on? You're lining up right there. So right along this path right here and into there. And we should be seeing coal moving and grooving. Awesome. All right. So that takes care of the coal up to here. Let's make sure. Yeah, coal goes all the way up to there. Excellent. Now we can come up to here. And we can start dealing with the coal. So our coal is probably... Actually, it might be going too far. Yes, it is. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to get that out of there. I know, I just put it there. But this is the way it goes. Because what I need to do is actually figure out where it needs to come up into here. All right, so coal go in here. Get coal. Where are you going? So that's the merger that is supposedly... Ask me, when I made this blueprint, really had some interesting ideas. Yeah, let's call them ideas of what this is going to, and how this is going to work. No, that's not going to do it. So let's get rid of this stuff. Put that half wall back in. Is there a better place that I can do the tap? Well, it needs to be... Yeah. I really didn't do myself any favors here, did I? Should be able to get away with this, though. As long as that's flowing in the right direction, that should hook up. No one's going to see it. I'm going to forget about it. Already have. Forget about what? What are you talking about? As long... Where did you go? There it is. As long as I have this. Okay, so now I can hook that into there. That's fine. Sorry about that. I had a sneeze. Okay, so we're going to need the belt to come out and figure out where it's going to come up again. It's going to come up right along that edge, which translates to... Translates to what, man? Right there. Okay. So let's push this back, because we need to come to here. So we're going to wrap it around the pipe. Like that. Make it a little bit more balanced looking. Like that. Okay. Kick it back into straight mode. And that should come up and be joinable right there. And now if we grab way down there and click it in place, and that should now give us our scrap aluminum. Okay, I can hear the machine starting to rumble into life above my head. We go have a quick boo here. We should see that is indeed what's happening. Yep, there it is. All the alumina scrap we can want, so we can move on to the next phase. The water, of course, is going to back up. Yeah, so that's my alumina solution going that way. I think I should make sure I have my water tank above. There we are, and that should be a water tank. Yep, that is filling up eventually. You want to explain to me why you're not draining out the water into that lovely tank here? Is this lovely tank full? No, the lovely tank's not full. Hello, Mr. Oh. Too much head lift? I think it's too much head lift. Why do you... I sometimes make myself just question reality. I really do. Like, why is the water not making it up? It's all fine and good here. And I keep hitting X because X is the hover pack or jetpack in Space Engineers, and yeah, so it's kind of got me distracted. Okay, so why are the other pipes not filling? They were filling, right? Yeah, you're empty. What the hell is broken here? Now all of a sudden I can't get rid of my water. There. What have you done? Do you guys change the head lift on these things? This isn't... You're gonna make me put frickin' pumps on each of these pipes, aren't you? You dirty, dirty bugger. Oh, why is the head lift not working now? What the hell changed here, folks? Why? 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 And it's probably just below its... Like, why are you full, but the water won't go into... See, that is only half full. Maybe... Okay, so that is getting some water here. Let's try this. Before I have to put on, like, 3 completely different... What? Why? Why? Why are you encroaching? Where are you encroaching? Seriously? That's too close. This is too close. And I want to... You are a bastard. Why? Why? Okay, what the hell is going on here? This is annoying. Like, seriously, what the hell? Why is that water not dumping out? Like, especially when it absolutely used to. I've got bins full of... Oh, wait a minute. Huh? What is going on here? Like, seriously? What is going on with the frickin' refineries? All of a sudden now, that's too close. Oh my god. Oh my god, you're killing me here, guys. You are 100% killing me. What on earth have you done? Like, did we break collisions somewhere along the line? Like, just absolute makes no sense. Because clearly I had placed these pipes, but somewhere something changed, and now... Anyway, let's just get it all fixed. I mean, there were reasons why things were where they were, but you know what? We'll fix it all up. With a minimal amount of damage. I just hate having to do these things. This isn't the new section, by the way. This is the old section. This is the one that had been working. Now that isn't. You need to be moved over by one. And I wonder if it's got anything to do with these stupid floor holes. The pipe floor holes, for whatever... No, it doesn't. But just so you know, they're fairly functional. You really are best using them just as a decorative block, not as an actual functional block. Because half the time when I just do that, they just become a plug. Literally, whatever liquid I'm trying to move up and down them will not work. So I find it very much more practical or to just connect directly from one end. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm having to waste time on this. Jeez Louise. See, now I'm getting all the freaking head lift that I could possibly want. So I don't know what the hell is happening on the other side with these pipes. Still need to move it up. And of course I can do this now. So we'll just do it this way. Why are you not draining? Why are you not draining? I want to see you draining. Okay, that one's drained. That one is now draining and firing up again. That one is just completely full. Why are you completely full? Why are you doing that? Why are you going up? You should be going down. I don't know what drugs I was on when I did this thing. What is happening here? And I know it's not that someone else has come along. I'm the only one into this save. This is a local save. Ain't no kind of network. But apparently, yeah. Stop touching myself. All right. Or is it just because you're an extra? Oh my God! Wait a minute. 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 I got a sneaking suspicion on something here. I have a very sneaky suspicion about something here that I am going to absolutely have a fit about. 360. Are you guys running at good efficiencies? No, you're running at 20% efficiency, but then you've been shut down for like how long now? Alright, let's check some recipes here. Let's check in the blueprints. Fortunately, I did think I had enough to put in some descriptors. Aluminum casings, no, see, you didn't put in the right amount. Aluminum ingots clean, aluminum scrap clean, aluminum casing. Alright, which factory am I in here? This is ground control to Major Tom. So you're making my aluminum casings. How many are you making? 60. I need 150. That's the number we're looking for. That's 60, 120. It's interesting. You are only making 120, which is easy enough fixed. But that you need 180. How about the other side? What? You need 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 240. Am I doing my maths right here? So yeah, what? Okay, so I'm thinking I actually have an extra one that I have literally set all of this up over here for absolutely no reason, because I've always had the capacity right here. Because over here we need 60. So 60 times 8 is 480 plus 180 is 660. Each one of those, 360 times 2, that's 720. Now, it does, for whatever reason, it's still balancing out here. These guys should... Can I get them? Come on. There we go. Yeah, so you can see that's already full up with aluminum scrap. So these guys are now all full up. That is gonna fill up. So we can see that, yeah, it catches now. So I think I'm going to leave all this here. Yeah, that's a lot of scrap. That is a lot of scrap. Let's have a quick boo. And where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Did I close it? I think I closed it. Sorry. Let me get that open again. I got to stop hitting the X. Okay, so how much aluminum scrap do I need to provide enough? Yeah, so I only need 337. I am not using that recipe. We're using pure aluminum ingot. Oh, it needs 450. I have found the problem. I'm going to break this connection here because I want to set this up to be... How many? How many do I want coming out of here? I want... it's 120. Yeah, see, it should be 360, so I should have 6 of those machines. I do not have enough. Yeah, so each building, again, brain starting to slowly wake up in the morning as the coffee permeates the very cells structure of my body. Yeah, each one of these ALCADs sheets is to use 360. In other words, just exactly what comes out of one of these machines over here. So while this has got 360, it only will give me 120. I need 150. So I actually can't just rely on what's coming out of here. I am going to have to use what's coming out of here. Woof. So that means I haven't got an entire set of buildings for no reason. However, these guys aren't being fully utilized at the moment, and I would like to fix that, but I'm going to do that after I take a quick bio break. I'll be right back, and we will get our aluminum situation straightened out. Be right back. Oof, having a bit of a rough morning. Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna have to take another quick break here. Sorry, guys, I just wanted to touch in. Coffee's going overtime. I'll be right back. Oh, okay, we're back. Oy vey. Yeah, bit of a morning here, folks. Okay, so what I was about to do here, in this latest little bit of distraction, is I don't necessarily want to just leave this sitting here. So what I'm gonna do is change up this belting here. I guess I still need my flashlight on. Alter your direction a little bit. And let's see if we come across like that. Oh, I love the straight. Pizza. And we can go like that. Grab a merger. And that should snap into place. Let me off this train station. Hey, Jesus, let me out of here. And like that. So run some excess capacity up in through there. I'd like to do is also get an overflow moving. But hopefully we can leave that for now. Okay, so I am going to need to use the stuff that's over here. Good. That makes me feel a little bit more like I haven't wasted a whole bunch of time. But I now should have a building absolutely chock full of aluminum scrap. Yes, I do. Full of water too, but that's okay. So now we can put in some more floorage. And we'll just go boop, boop. 3, 4, and All right, that should be enough space for our aluminum casing building. And that's one of these, aluminum casing. All right, let's just get that dropped into place and figure out where we want everything to flow. So the main direction of everything is going that away. That would be coming in from that side. Would I be better off going that way? We just put this somewhere and see how that looks. So that lines up right there. If I try to put aluminum Alcad sheets beside it, which I want to do, that might be problematic. So we can rotate it. And no, I didn't have a laid out plan. I had a vague concept of something that I wanted to do, but hey, here we are. Yeah, that wall is open. Yeah, there's 6. Yeah, 6 times 6, 360. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to do that. The gaps here, just so you know, are because these were built while I was using the half wall mod, which I am not using anymore, or at the current time, which leaves me with this issue. Coffee stain, can we please get half walls of some kind? Yeah, because this is a pain in the ass. And by half wall, I don't mean like, 2 meters high. I mean frickin' 2 meters by 1 meter, or 2 meters by 4 meters, whatever. Even just a 2 by 2 little kind of half square that we can stack something. See, I like this door here, I have to completely change the door. Like, it's just irritating. I don't want to have to use a mod to get a proper architectural block. Like, okay. Enough ranting on that. We need to get power into here and get parts into here. So let's see. Come along here. Come through here. That would be coming out through that wall hole. We are not going to go through a wall hole. What we are going to do is pop through the floor. I want to see what's underneath first. What's underneath? Open air. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. What I was mostly concerned about is if there were trains underneath my feet. Okay, come over by that. And right there, that should be good. And now we can send that into there. It's flipping through the staircase, is it? No, just clears the staircase. Good, excellent. Okay, that's gonna be fine. Power lines. where can we find power? That is some funky power line running. I got power right outside that window there. So what I'm gonna do is we'll put a power line there. Let's see where you connect. Yeah, you connect there just nicely. Thank you. Yes. I can grab another one of these. Put you. I'm thinking right here. Get you guys connected to each other, and then throw this connection over to there. And all we need to do is boop. Okay. Let's get underneath here. Here's my floor hole, so our alkyd or scrap needs to go up through there. Grab our belts. So there. Grab a wall hole. This is why wall holes are so awesome. You can just put them any place you want. Holes are awesome. Now the aluminum scrap has got to come down here. So, where is my aluminum scrap currently all going? It is currently all, for whatever reason, going upstairs. That button. Oh, that's aluminum scrap. That's aluminum scrap. And that's aluminum scrap. We are going to take all of these lovely little aluminum scrappies. Now, the interesting thing is like, sorry, smack the mic. Just kind of thinking about it, is that literally 2 can fit on one set of conveyors. So I'm about to have that same problem I had last time. So the current Roland, or present Roland, is going to have the same problem as past Roland. Yeah, because I can only travel 780 down this freaking belt here. So we are going to just balance a little. So we're going to go like that. Make sure my belts are inverted. Let's grab another little floor hole. Make sure we got one of those in here as well. Actually, I need to squeeze you up a little bit more. Both of you. I need the room to walk through. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I can tie those 2 belts together. Yeah, it is absolutely 100% more capacity than I need at the moment, but that is okay. This means that I have more to fall back on. So I still have some capacity left on that other one, and I still got capacity left in this one. So next batch of aluminum that I need, and I am going to need more aluminum. I mean, there's just no getting around that. It takes a lot of aluminum to make some of the higher end stuff. Okay, can I get down to the ground just so I can make sure that you're lined up? There you go. And then we can dump you out through there. And now you need your aluminum scrap. Here it comes. There we go. Okay. Now I don't actually think... Yeah, because it's the alkyd sheets, I'm thinking, that need the copper ingot. So I don't even need any extra copper at the moment. We're still struggling to keep caught up, are you? But that's all right. This is all just kind of going into inventory, personal inventory, so... This is the important one. This guy right here, making sure that I'm going to get all of my aluminum casings down to over there. All right, so that's the aluminum casing. Yay! To make sure I got 150 coming out. So this is 60. So I need to add 30 more, which is 1 power crystal. Takes you up to 90. So 90 and 60 is 150 and all of the aluminum casings. Now, the next question is how do I get them to the other side? So my aluminum casing, okay, that might work for me. So currently, it is the first station on a train. So whichever train currently is delivering aluminum, that's the one that has a casing. That's the one that has the LCAD sheets. I do have an extra space here, but I think I'm going to make my life easy and just dump all casings into this one here, because it clearly has the capacity to absorb it. And my belts are coming out right here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So we'll zip around underneath here, come up across the top here, figure out where all of those lovely casings are going. So that's going up there, going into there, and coming out the side right here. Do I want that to be on the side right here? Do I care? It looks fine over there. So, no. However, belt's not actually hitting the right spot, so this is a good time to kind of fix that a little bit. Good old wall hole. So we'll drop one right there. Delete the belt that is right there, and we can just go not right there. Oh boy. Oh, it's because the roof, so you're hanging weird. Can I make that a straight? Will straight fix that? Yes. There we go. Perfect. The straight function on the conveyors, as much as their, cat walls as being a thing, the things that they have added in the recent updates have really made a big difference. Okay, aluminum casing is right here. Yeah, for you. Why is the aluminum scrap stopped? Water. Yep, water. Water is the problem. Water is always the problem. Okay, let's just get the damn thing hooked up. Yeah, but those are still producing, so that, yeah, Aluminum and water is always going to be a problem. Is that my scrap is literally getting jammed up because there's too much water in the system. So what I'm going to do here is just get this finalized. And then we'll go look and see what we can do about fixing the water situation. Okay, so let's grab ourselves a merger. I'll just throw all the casings into... I did throw them into the right line, right? Please tell me I threw them into the right line. Okay, good. I threw them into the right line. You guys are going way too freaking slow. Pick up the pace here, boys. And get that little tiny section right in there. There we go. Let's get everything loading as absolutely fast as possible. And let's go deal or try to deal with some water issues. All right. How can I fix my water issues? Problem is, I don't think I'm using enough of the solution, so I'm going to turn you off. I'm upstairs. Fastest way up is the ladder right here. So I can get into the tank here. And flush... Oh, wait a minute. Why are you not filling? Did I not put a water pump over here? Oh, where am I? What's going on here, man? Ow. Oh, my head. I think the one I fixed was the wrong one. Yeah, I haven't fixed this one yet. That's what the problem is. I need to fix this one first. Because, again, whatever reason, they moved the collision on the refineries, or made the collision on the refineries actually a thing. There was a recent update, patch kind of thing. I don't know, I didn't read them, so I don't know if this is necessarily part of the problem. Okay, now I know what those were empty in the other one, so we can get rid of these. Let's grab that, and yeah, I guess we just, there's no help for it, just gotta do it. The water must flow. Look at that. That nonsense. And there we go. Okay. So we can put one of those there. What the hell is that ring? Oh yeah, they definitely did something. That white donut there is new. All the way through. Pipe junction. Pipe junction. Come on. No. You know what would help the water coming out? Having the pipe actually be connected. There we go. That's water going up there. Hey, look at that convenient ladder. I hear the water filling. Wrong button again. Stop doing that. And now, where you gotta go all the way back to here. Like that. Now, that pipe is not necessarily going to fill, but these guys did. So now I can go and grab a pump. Like so. And pump that water out of here. You can turn you back off. Excellent. And hello to all of you out there. How are you today, my friends? I hope you're having a great morning, enjoying your coffee, tea, or whatever it is that you use to get yourself functional on a lovely weekend. It is the summer. We are enjoying some clear skies, I think, today. Can't tell. I got my windows drawn up. But I hope you guys are going to have a great day. Okay, what's your problem, mister? Your problem is you're not getting enough aluminum ingots. Do I care why you're not getting enough aluminum ingots? At the moment, not particularly. You're struggling on your scrap a little bit, which is weird considering that I'm dropping a whole bunch of scrap over to here, mind you. Yeah. You're still waking up. Okay, so this is... Oh, I know what the problem is. I haven't increased the numbers on my scrap yet. Okay, so I'm making 360 scrap total. I need more than that. I need 135 plus 90. Why is my mathin' not mathin'? So, how many aluminum casings? I need aluminum ingots, 90. Yeah, so 200 and... I've already forgotten the number. 235, 225 ingots. How much ingots are you giving me? You're giving me 30. And there are 6 of you. So that's 240. Which technically should be enough. You should be getting enough ingots. Why are we not getting enough ingots over here? You aren't quite getting enough scrap. You are... What is going on with you guys? What the hell? So many broken things. Okay, I'm missing a section of belt here. There we go. That's got that working. So 135 per minute plus 90 is 225. I've got 225 ingots coming upstairs. I just need to make sure they actually load into the machines. All right. Okay, so that's good. Now, what about the scrap that you guys seem to be not getting? What can I do about you? And where can I... Why is the scrap stopped? Where did my scrap go? Where did the scrap go? What has stopped me to my scrap? Does that mean something bad has happened over here? Of course something bad has happened over here. What bad has happened over here? I'm getting all of the bauxite I want. I'm getting the coal that I want. I am getting the water that I want. So it's not an input problem. It is something to do with the output problem. So if we come over to here, what is your problem? You're full of water again. Why are you full of water? I don't know. You're just full of water. Yeah, aluminum and water, man. I'm honestly surprised I haven't had more problems with it. It is just the worst. Now, I'm not familiar enough with actual aluminum production. Okay, that means that tank over there is full. Means you guys are all full, so let's do some flushing here. So I'm going to reset the network, so we're going to go flush. That's going to get those guys going. I'm going to come over and find... Yeah, because it's a 1-to-1. That means if that guy... Okay, so this one should actually just be shutting down, which means he's not taking any water in. Ugh. There is a cost. I almost think that I need to keep this machine running. Yeah, so even with blueprints, aluminum is still like, I really have got a lot of junk in my pockets. Is still going to be a pain in the ass. I mean, look how long it's taking me just to get the simple little setup up and running here. So, yeah, I feel very justified in using blueprints to get my aluminum system running. Is it the most efficient? Is it the most, no, not in any way, shape, or form. But does it hopefully get the job done? That's what I'm hoping for. All right, so that's looking like it's all balanced. Let's head back downstairs. Run over to here. Sounds like everyone's doing their thing. I didn't mean to do that. No, I don't want to pick up aluminum scrap. I want to configure the smelter. Okay, you're full again. Good. How about you guys? You guys are getting your ingots. And yes, you are. And I've only got about 15 extra, but that should be more than enough without me having to do too much. If it gets to be a bit like a big problem because I'm under draining, like, I got too much coming out of that one, I got too much coming out of that one, easily enough as I can just divert them and sink them. Okay, so, but we can call that we are now getting aluminum casing. In fact, from this fellow right here. Nope, that is not him. That's that one. It's this guy. So you are filling up with aluminum casing now. There he comes. What's your route? So you go to Western Aluminum Receiving. Or you go off to the Western Desert. That's where we're heading there. Then you go to Home Aluminum. Yeah, so that's your 2 stops there. And what are you receiving the casing? So I just need to increase the capacity on the casings. Okay, so let's head back to the desert, Reno. I guess we'll just call it Reno, the biggest little city in a western desert. We can dip down here. Gonna go this way, and once I get out of the tube, I'm gonna change my mode of transport. Because I think I'm already delivering the casings over to where it needs to be. If I'm reading my own labeling correct, which who the hell knows. Thank you. Okay, let's get our jetpack on. Let's take a little boost off the little slide boost here, and off we go. Because if I already bring the aluminum casing over, then it's just a matter of dropping in a tap line. I just need to make sure that I have something to work with. And we can finally get our pressure frames. That is a bug pod. Hey guys, used to be something up there. Not anymore. Because I'd really like to get the next set of buildings in here. Oh, I'm running out of juice. Guess we can push it as far as we can go. And then we just go boop. And we fly! Okay. Let's move on here. I do have an aluminum train. Yeah, Western Desert aluminum. Yes, exactly right here. So I've got all the bulkhead sheets down here I could possibly want. It is right here that I need to start bringing those out. Okay, good. So that is the aluminum casing. If we take a quick boop back into our planner, which for whatever reason I have once again closed instead of minimizing. Okay, so that is going to take care of hopefully our 150. We may have to do some tweaking and whatnot, but that is okay. We are bringing in the nitrogen, so now we can actually start making the rest of this. Now, steel ingots. Steel ingots is kind of the next thing I need to take a look at, because we are pulling ingots from a spot. And let's just take a quick move over there. I don't remember if I've already taken care of it. Oh, my tragic. My coffee cup has gone empty. So we are currently producing our ingots over here. Now, are we producing all the ingots that we can from over here? Don't think we are. It has been a couple of weeks since I kind of started this process here. Yeah, so what we need to do is we need to increase our capacity over here. Now, we've got we still got coal here. We don't have to do anything fancy with the coal. We still have a these two guys here, they're running the coal plant is still up and running. But we do have one. This guy, I think, not gonna ask why that's going backward. So this guy is, he's doing 240 per minute. So he's cranking out, he's making and filling and doing his thing. So that's fine. However, he has a friend right here. He's got a friend right there, too. So I can take one of these guys here. Which way do I want to point you? You know, I can just put you right there. So that will give me more coal, 240 coal. And if we dip into here, have a look at our smelters. Have a look at our foundries, I should say. So 40 coal and then 40 iron ingot will give me 60 iron ingots, which means I need another 240 ingots, which is 240 ore. So 240 extra iron ore times 4. So that's, whatever basically is going on in here, I can create a second one. And is this a blueprint? Look at that. It is, in fact, a blueprint. We can even go like that, and then, of course, we can solid steel ingot factory. So that's easy enough. The problem is can we convert the ore. So we're going to need another one of these. So again, it is just a blueprint, so you can see iron smelter. But we're only drawing out of a single iron node. And right now, this singular iron node is just easily producing 240. However, look at that. It is now producing 480 iron, which means increasing our steel ingot output is easy peasy lemon squeezy. How full are you? Not very, but we can fix that. In fact, if we have a look at our train here, steel ingot receiving, steel, where is that going to? That is heading up the hill. So yeah, we can just make a second train that will start drawing off there for going that way. Yes. Yep, through the roundabout there. Okay, excellent. Okay, so let's quickly do this. We're going to need to put in some floor foundations. So we can grab one of these guys here. Yeah, my radio tower is in fact there, and it might get a little bit in the way, but that's all right. And let's see, is that... Nope, gonna come back a little bit. I hear you underneath me. There we go, right to there, right to there. Yeah, they're two back to back. Yep, and we can go right to there. Alleyway is over here. We got a street crossing. There we go. And get a street crossing in. One of these days I really should make a 5x5 of this. Put that there. Grab a couple of these guys here. I don't know how I ended up on vertical. We want to go to soup. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so that is made me realize that you need to be somewhere else. See what we can do with you. So if I move you up like that, maybe I'll go 2 across. And then I can grab just one of you. I hear you down underneath me. Again, I know you're down there. I can go across like that and across like that. Grab the radar tower. Get you in position. Where is your power connection? It's on the other side, so we're going to need to rotate you twice. Are you positioned where I want you to be? Yes, you are. Grab the power line, go boop, and then I can get rid of all of this nonsense. Like that. No, you don't need to be there. You don't need to be there. And you don't need to be there. And you don't need to be there. Now, we do need to kind of tidy up here a little bit. So I'm going to grab like that. Actually, you know what? We're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this. And we're going to get rid of this. Because we're going to go and change you to 4 meter. Are we? No. How about we go to, yeah, 2 meter across. Yeah, that looks just a little bit more visually interesting. There we go. Like that. Okay. Now we can grab the whole building here. Iron smelter. Yeah, you can just sit right in the middle there. We can now grab this guy, my solid steel ingot, and drop you right there as well. Okay, so everything's got to come from that side here. That goes that way. That goes into there, that goes in there. Okay, so iron goes into the first one. Was it? Was it the first one? Was it the first one? No. Where are you going? You're going into the top one. There. Which is not here because wrong floor holes. Or wall holes. You don't even know what you're talking about anymore, man. I'm a bricklayer, not a doctor, Jim. Okay, so that is the steel ingots coming out, going... Is it going that way? That way? Oh, something so very, very, very broken here. You look broken. You not broken? You broken. You need one of these, most assuredly, and then we can fix this. Okay, you no broken anymore. I did not want to fall down. Okay, so... What direction are you flowing? You are coming out that wall there. Okay, anyway. So now we need to get our wall hole. Wall hole. Go into there. Go into there. Does it matter which one is which? Not at all. I think the deciding factor will just be what lines up the nicest with this guy. And quite frankly, I mean, that one's on the same height, but the problem with that fella I see is I gotta bring the coal up somewhere. So I think I'm gonna do, yeah, you know what? Yeah, the coal can go back into default that way. So coal's gonna come up to there. The iron is gonna go through there. You are telling me you're going in the wrong direction. Why? I'm gonna take the wall out for a sec so I can see what the heck it is that I'm doing. Is that the output? That should not be an output. No, that is a direction that movement splitter is going. Where's everything coming in? Oh, everything coming in on this side. I've got these buildings inverted. That one's... Oh, okay. Oh, I need to... Yes. I need to rotate my buildings. Oh, that means these are just floating here now. Okay. This is why it takes me so long to build factories. It's because I end up doing them twice. Alright, that goes there, that goes there. Let's get this shit out of here. Let's erase the evidence. You saw nothing. Now, you are facing the correct way. Let's grab you. That would be the correct way. Let's make sure we're on blueprint so you all snap to the correct location. There we go. So that should be the same side as facing that way. That means I'm now properly mirroring, duplicating, blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. By the way, what are you going into? Are there wall holes over there? Okay, I did already put the wall hole in there. Cool. And you are going into the top one, so let's maintain that illusion. All right, I'm just going to drop that there temporarily because I need to go inside to see where it lines up. That means it's got to come up a little bit and then move over a little bit. This guy here just needs to move over a little bit. I love nudging. I really do. Okay, which one of you bastards was missing your splitter? It was you and your little friend on the other side as well, in fact. I am randomly hitting buttons for no apparent reason, it seems. Okay, let's grab a splitter. There we go. That can then... Yeah, I don't hear you tinking. So what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to put that lift, try and get that splitter again. Line you up on your belt. There we go. Then we can delete you and get the proper connection. Same with you. And proper connection. Okay, so wrong button. Out we go, and now we can bring over our iron ingots. So we'll just come out the top here. Make sure, can we get away with straight? No, can't get away with straight, that's fine. We're gonna go to that corner there. Yes, thank you, it's been 2 hours. And we're gonna come out of here. Straight will work for us here. I'm hoping this should. Yep, there we go. Is that how we did it on the other side? You're a lot more compressed on that side. Why is that? I don't know. Not gonna ask. Don't want to know. Just gonna go to default there. Get you into place. And get you to there. And get a lift. Okay. Now, I need to increase the iron production. Actually, it looks like I can get rid of this wall now. Got a few things I'm going to need to fix by getting rid of this wall. I don't want to fix these wires, so I'm just going to go like that. Hello. Random workshop. Cool. Where is my coal? There's... I think actually what I'm looking for is my iron. You're all running Mark 4, so you got 480 belts, so that's fine. I could easily increase you, but in the meantime, all I want to do is figure out where you need to go up here, which is right over here. Why have I got 2 lines over here? Ore, ingot, connect, input. It is just because I have 2 separate inputs. That's fine. Okay. Theoretically stackable buildings. That's why I have the 2 inputs here. Yeah, that should be fine. Mark 3 belt. I'm only moving 240. You do not need to come outside here, though. All of this can be dealt with interior. Actually have power switch over here for some reason. Cool. So neither one of you guys needs to be there, so we can just actually take care of that and put in a regular wall. Cool. Where do you align yourself? You align yourself right here. So we can grab another floor hole and pop that into there, and... I missed by 1. Okay, move over by a little bit. There you go. And up. And what is going on here? Which direction are you traveling? You are an output. Where is your input? Who is going where? You are the input over here. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. This is my... What is go... No, you're supposed to be going that way. Which way does this belt? Oh. I swear to God, I used to know what keys on a keyboard were. Alright. Shoot. Is this what I had to do? What did I... What did I do on this side? What have I done? I'm confusing myself here. Somehow ingots are coming out there. Oh, it's this visual glitch. Okay, ingots coming out here. Right? Yes, okay. Are you just going up to the roof? Guess I could have stacked the next one on top, but I may have built in stacking. I just never use them as stacking. Okay, so let's run over here and go upstairs. I think I made this building backward too, now that I'm thinking about it. I think I did. I know what the problem is. What's the problem? You are 180 turned. You need to have your outputs right over here. So that's input there. I need... Yeah, that's my output there. So we're going to on and rotate. There we go. So big door at the back, big door at the back, staircase there, staircase there. That's better. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, so that means I can get rid of that belt and reconnect it to that. And that means this is an extraneous bit. Let's get rid of these little bits and pieces. Get rid of the basic wall. Get rid of the conveyor wall. Put the basic wall back in. All right. There we go. Nope, let's come back a little bit. Want to make sure you connect. Stay right there. Up you go. Please connect. I miss. Of course I did. You need to be right there instead. Then we can go up and out. Puff. You know, some days this all becomes very complicated. It ain't, but it sure feels it. Okay, where's my iron ing? I want my iron ore. Let's get my iron ore. Want my iron ore. Gotta go. Where did my iron ore? Where's my iron ore? Probably right about there. So much for the nice little architectural things, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to grab this window here and just go grab that wall there and just go. Because then I can grab this thing here and just go. Not sure why I'm making the weird noises, but they seem necessary. Okay. Nice clean connection here. Boom, just like that. Grab a splitter. You want to be there. You want to be there. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the line right up there. Close enough. And keep you on straight. There you go. Okay, now my extra iron can go down here. Now, let's get some coal from downstairs. So, the coal. What about the coal? The coal is right here. Coming up through there. But we also have to bring it up down from there. It might be worthwhile nah. Actually, yeah. Let's do this. Let's go all the way through to underneath. Into the upside down we go. And that goes to there, just like that, and then I can just have you, boop, boop, just like that, and all the way up. We have our belts. You're probably not going to reach. Of course you're not. But we can get you as far as we can. Again, I'm on straight mode. Are you aligned? Why am I standing on something? I don't recall standing on something. Are you aligned there? No, you're not. You're aligned there, though. And then you're aligned there. Excellent. Okay. You need... What have you done? Oh, that's where that wall comes into play. So, I am going to have to do something a little cleaner here. So we're going to grab one of these. It's a little bit too poking out the ceiling. Oh, I know. I could use a beam. Sorry, just trying to figure out how I want to nicely, cleanly transition the power going underneath. This used to be an outside wall. It is not an outside wall anymore. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Let's go and move you to there, because I am going to... Yeah, okay. We're going to delete you. We're going to move you to there. I'm going to figure out where you're coming underneath from. Oh, come on. Why? Oh. Okay, this is a bit of a nuisance. Is that for whatever reason, sometimes these little automatic bits and bobby thingies just don't behave themselves. Mostly because it was trying to translate itself into a pass-through, which will not work here. So I really wish they'd stop doing that. All I want is a wire to disappear into the floor and come out the ceiling. That is not going to work for me. Let's try that again. You ever sometimes think you get hung up on the smallest details while ignoring the big ones? All right. Let's get that plugged back into there, and then we can run this one over to here. Like that, and plug you in there. And make sure you're doing 240, 240, 240, 240, 240. And there we go. Yahoo! Yay! Boy, hey, jeez Louise. Why do I feel stressed out like I've made my life more difficult? That looks weird, so I'm going to switch everything to Mark IIIs just so it doesn't have these giant gaps. We are, after all, only moving 240 whole units per minute. There, just a nice little bit of tightness there. That'll clean up and lock up. All right. Power. Have you got power, guys? Have you got power? Neither one of you two looks to have currently any electricity flowing through your veins. Random bit of coal sticking out the wall. Okay. We got power coming through here. What about, where are your various power bits and pieces? I love that little clunk on the wall. I conveniently actually have right here. Squeeze in through here. And right there. Okay. No power coming to it yet, but the buildings should be connected now. Which means I just need to find out where your power lines are on this side. And the answer is right here. Perfect. I can just take this and I'll just go like that. No, you'll take this one, we'll go like that. And we can just drop this down to that. And let everything come to life. There we go. Are you guys awake? No. Who are you? I really want to know who are you? You are getting power here. Yes? Yes. Okay, which means you're getting power there. So that means, why are you guys not doing anything over here? What is the problem? Are you not connected to this? No, you are in fact connected. Are you getting any electricity? No, you are not in fact getting any electricity. Why are we not getting any electricity? I don't know. Why are we not getting any electricity? Well, first off, go from there. Go from here. No. Let's go from here. Let's do there. And then that can go into there. It's still... No, you know, you did. You did. You're doing something. Okay. Now we have electricity. Okay. What I do not have, though, is I don't appear to have my ingots moving in yet. Why is that? Where is the door? There is the door. Where are my iron ingots? My iron ingots are not there. They're right here. Like that. Okay, iron ingots are depositing up to a point. All right, that means we can go fix that. So why are you getting jammed throughout the entire... What the hell is wrong with your split? Oh, I understand. Oh, this is not the right line. This is... Oh, okay. Now I understand. I finally can why this looks different than it does on the other side. Reason being is because it is. That actually has to go to there to account for this little monster. All right. I am going to have to clear those ingots, but I'll get to those in a second. That won't be too hard. And it just so happens... Oh, you're at the right height. Easy. That was actually easy. I'm not used to things being easy. How did this happen? How did this happen? Okay, cool. Are we foundering now? We are foundering! Yay! That means you are going to be trying to dump ingots onto this belt. I have ingots on the belt, but it is the wrong ingots, so we're just going to collect all these iron ingots. Fortunately, nothing should have gotten too contaminated. Why are you stopping? Please do not stop. And there we go. We can get rid of this. We can get rid of that. And yes, okay. So our steel ingots are now coming out through there. We just need to tie them into the main connection, which is way the hell over here. But fortunately, there was always a bit of a plan when it came to that. It's the first time I've ever used that bit of a plan. But we can go like that, because that's going to be full of steel ingots now. Grab a wall hole here just to clean that up. And if we duck into the first building... Oh, it's got a little gap here? Well, no, we don't. Because all I need to do that, and that should now start dumping the material through. Make sure everything is a Mark 5. And that'll be dumping 720, no, not that button, into my train station. Look at it fill. Okay. Oh, hey, look, I put a counter there. All right, so while that's doing its calculation, I'm going to go back into the modeler here. And I need 225. Ooh, I need a lot. But I think I think this should be enough. I hope. So making an additional 240, which is good for here. But that puts me at like 3 something. I have a little bit more I could play with. I could use a power crystal, pump these values up a little bit. Well, what I want to do, I'm going to let that just kind of run for a minute and see what it is. I am going to, I need to go get a refill in the coffee cup, and I will be right back, and we will continue on. So, stay tuned. Oops. Wrong keys. Stay. No, I don't want that. I don't know what I'm doing here. There we go. All right, thank you for your patience. I have returned. So how are we doing over here? We're filling up quite nicely. So that is taking care of that problem. You can see that, yeah, iron is doing its job. Just hunky-dory. For those of you who have never found it, let's see if I can find it. There we are. There is a cave entrance here that goes all the way through here. So if you're looking to get to these quartz and this SAM ore, that is not on the surface. This actually is in a cave. You want to follow this cave opening. That'll take you through all the way through here And then you will come out either here, or I think it comes out here. So in case you're curious, the easiest access is right off of it, behind that coal node, right through there. And yeah, make sure you're going in with lots of ammo, because this is Spider Central. So I'm not going to go in. I have no need to go in. I'm not dealing with the spiders, so I'm going to leave. However, I'm going to grab this guy. Like that. Okay. And while I'm here, grab some of this. Okay, so we'll clean up walls and stuff. We'll go through kind of after we got everything up and running, kind of a cleanup phase. But I'm now bringing... Ooh, cool. Hey, where are you heading? What is your route? Steel ingot receiving, so... which is just up the hill. Okay, so I'm going to need to do a bit of a divert. We're going to have to send you, give you an additional stop. I don't think I'm going to add another train. I'm just going to send you down, because you just go there and then you just go up to the top of the hill. You're literally making a very short T. But I do need a place for you to deliver your cargo. So who can receive cargo? Well, let's go find out. Okay, who's who? We got lots of stations. Oh, steel ingot receiving. Steel ingot receiving. Train Titan ore hauler, steel ingot SE. Steel ingot. Oh, it's actually coming down here. Is it? Are you coming here? Are you going to come visit? Is that where you're coming into? No, you're Western Desert steel ingot receiving. Does anyone come visit you? Why do my fingers feel wet? I think I had a little bit of spillage. You know, when you take a sip and just that last little bit kind of filters. Okay. Yeah, one of these days I really should start using my new keyboard and mouse. These guys are getting old, but I've been using them for so long. My hand just knows everything, every nook and cranny. Okay, so I have a place to receive those steel ingots. I don't think I actually have a train coming to this location yet. I think I really was just... You know, I'm going to need one of these guys over here at some point in time. So I put it in place. Yeah. So it's not actually doing anything yet. It is here for future use. How do you tell? Because there's no output. Cool. Okay, so let's go reprogram that train. So we want our steel ingot special elevator hauler. We're going to edit our timetable. We're going to put in this. Yeah, there we go. Western steel ingot receiving. We're going to move you up. So when you leave the depot, I want you coming down here, and then I want you going up the top of the hill. And there we go. So he's on his way to the depot, and then he should come down here. Excellent. How is this? This needs to be set up to unload. All right. I think we are finally ready. Okay, so I am going to need... Okay, we can get rid of this now. Because that's just steel ingots, limestone. I am going to need to set up some iron smelting over here. Because I need 202 iron ingots to feed into the system here. Oh, I caught myself this time. Iron is already set up. Did I tap it yet? Or did I just move? No, I haven't actually tapped it yet. But we're going to be pulling our iron out of there, which means we can... Let's clear. Oh, hello. Do you think you got the hint? There we go. All right. No. No. Unauthorized foliage. There we go. Okay, so let's bring our wall. Let's bring something down here just so we can get lined up. So this is our first of our iron ingot or iron nodes over here. So we're just going to see what it is that we have to work with. Now, obviously, probably don't want to put too much structure above here because, you know, I want to keep this little kind of local area clear. So, you know, in fact, that these guys here, these are leftovers when I was doing my initial measurements. So really don't need to be here anymore. They were for just guidelines. If I need to add more train stations, I still have the room. I can go that way, so that's fine. It's just coming out this direction here might be a little bit more problematic. But let's see. I don't know if I have... Oh, I do have the... Cool. I do have the portable miners on me. Okay, so if I'm going to tap my iron out of there, we're going to put you there. I'm going to see how your height... So you stick up to about there. Which means, technically... Oh. How long have I been streaming Satisfactory? I'm currently on episode 47. And it's weekly. So we are, what, 5 weeks away from the anniversary? Which is, yeah, it's coming up pretty quick. Now, this is my second start. My first one, I had a massive, yeah, I either effed up or I had a corruption. I'm pretty sure I effed up and I trashed a lot of progress because I was originally on the stream. So if you look in the kind of beginning of the playlist, I started way off into the red desert over here, or the eastern desert, or whatever we want to call this. In fact, I was building my base all kind of up and down this coastline here. I lost most of that and ended up just back to my kind of little starter area right here. So that would have been about almost 20 episodes in on the original, and that since then I have now I moved over to here and going from there. So yeah, been going at a while. Thanks for the question, James. Sorry, Jamie. All right, so I want to. So I have to think about. I have to get my brain to work. That's what I actually have to do. I have to get my brain to work. Okay, so let's have a look at the blueprint. As far as the production line goes, we have our smelting. We have our iron smelter here. So the iron smelter is only going to use 240 ore. This guy here, I think, are pure nodes. So you're only doing 120. So you're normal nodes. So we can go to there. So that's 240 iron ingots coming out. If we have a look at our... I need 202, so I need one factory. So that's good to go. So the question is where do I want to put my smeltering? Now, I have to think about where future buildings are going to go. So I'm going to be putting a few more buildings in. By the way, the other answer to your question, how long have you been streaming Satisfactory? Since 9 a.m. Every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. I realized there was two answers to your question there, Jamie. One is how long have I been streaming it overall and kind of the big picture, and the other one is just how long you been doing today. Yes, I stream at approximately 9 a.m. That's Pacific Standard Time every Saturday morning. Okay, so what I was saying is, yeah, so do I want to keep this area here for more buildings? Because I am going to need more of these. I'm going to need a bit of a tower just to get the frames in. Or then do I want to kind of put my smeltering that way? And I think what I'm going to do here, because of the height here, and because I don't want it getting in the way of that, I do have a little bit. Oh, man. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? How much height do I need to get clear of that? I need to come up by 2 foundations. I'm falling. So that would get me to there. I really got to get a power line down here. And I think, yeah, we'll just grab here. Grab you. Put in a 45. Sure. Put you there. Grab that again. Put sure, one right there. If I need to move it, I'll move it. And I'll bring one out to here. And then we're going to come all the way back to there. Oh, and then I can connect this. And I'm just going to kind of walk it around the corner here. Not necessarily using a light. I just want to get... There we go. Okay. Mostly I'm tired of falling out of the sky. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the smeltering floor at this height here. And I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it this way. We're going to grab one of these, and we are going to connect you right around here. Again, we're going to take full advantage of our infinite nudge. I'm going to come back here. Like that. How does that line up? Got to come back a tiniest little bit. There we go. So we just go right to there. Excellent. Okay, so that's gonna be the base floor here. How do I want to get up and down here? Do I want to do something fancy ass elevator there? I also want to think about, yeah, how it's going to tie in over here. I'm going to put a little bit, I think I can actually use one of my thin alleyways. So if we grab that, I should have foundation alley, stair alley. Ooh, there we go. We can do one of these. Turn that around. We get blueprint mode. So we're just going to nudge things around a little bit, because that nicely lines up on that corner. Doing something weird with the sign there, but How does that look? Yeah, I have a little bit of a sideline lighting along like that. But yeah, I think that's okay. So I can do that, or let's get that guy out of there. Or we can grab this guy here. What I'm going to do here, let's pop you here. I'm just going to move you back a little bit. Grab that out of there. Put you there. That way I can now grab one of you dudes and just bump you all the way out of here to there. Then I can grab one of the nice long alleyways and there and there. Without actually overhanging anything weird. Then take our ladder here. Oh, actually, and I just take this whole bloody thing here. Actually, oh, how are you the right height? Oh, you are the right height. I've got. Let me try something here. Let me see if this. Okay. Grab that. Foundation stair alley. If I move you to there, how well do you fit here? I could bring you up by one. I could move you, nudge you. Looky, looky, looky. Do you actually fit? And you have a stair going all the way down to the bottom floor. Perfect! That actually worked. Definitely worked. Gonna turn it. So as a concept, it was fine, but the implementation was a little bit off there. So we're gonna fix that. And again, we're just gonna use all the nudges, because we have all the nudges we could possibly ever want to nudge. Like so. Like so, like so, like so. Cool. It's a little awkward how it ties into here, but yeah, that's a future problem. That's a future Rolly problem. Present Rolly just wants to get his damn iron flowing. All right. That means I'm going to go like this, put another alley there. That marks the block here. As far as getting from here to up here, yeah, we can just put some stairs in. I do just kind of realize that I might be screwing up any future rail plans. So the concept is spot on, but the implementation is a little bit buggered up. So we need to shift everything that way a little bit more so that when the trains come in, they have room to get where they need to be. Yeah, which means I have to stay clear of that wall there. So I'm going to give myself a reminder. Let's pull these pieces out of there. Let's grab that so we can grab our alley stair. And use all of our available nudges. And we can take you to there. Can the train still get through? Not even a little bit. But the train is... Oh, yeah, see, the train actually does miss that. Yeah, see, that does bring up a problem regardless of getting my train station. I don't really have much more room to go that way for the train station. But I do not have room on this side for train station. I'm getting a little bit tight down here for trains. I can... Yeah, so what I can't... Yeah, so if I make this turn here, we got all of that over there that I could put trains in, and then we could put buildings on top of. We can bring the trains for exiting back up and around and out, so yeah. I kind of didn't need to take all the rest of that stuff down. But too late now. Okay, let's see if we can't make this work again. Use all the nudges. Let's see, we'll have the alley corner right on the corner. Down on the corner, out in the street. Good boys singing, dancing with their feet. Know I what the lyrics are, gonna sing it anyway. Annoy the people watching all the live long day. Is that gonna be okay? We got stairs coming up there, we go up to there. And then we can just go through there to get to the stairs. We're gonna put a wall there. I'm gonna make it work. Okay. Now we can grab our main streets again. So Foundation Street 5x2. Send one going that way. We'll send one going that way. We'll send another one going that way and another one going that way, so that I can now grab my 5x5 floor. One there. One there. And remember that trains are going to go that way. So in fact, I'm going to put my track down to make sure I remember which way my trains are going. They're going Sorry, it's not quite making the nice clean corner the way I want, so I'm just going to do that. Nope. We are going to right from there to there and to there. Oh, wait a sec. I know what we have. I know what this needs. I know what this needs. This needs a buffer stop. This is something new that we got last time. Isn't that awesome? Oh, that is so cool. We've got bumper stops. Trains can't fly off. Yeah. Nice. I like that. Perfect use for that. Okay, so we have this. We can now... Let's build the rest of this block out here. Like that. I'm not putting alleyways in between these foundations here, these 5x5s, because most of the buildings that I'm going to put over here are 4x4, so they kind of have their own natural alleyways in there. Like, for example, our iron smelting. And it's probably going to be... So each building does 240. Yeah, there's probably going to be at least 4 iron smelters over here anyway. So that's okay. So that is iron in and iron out. So I'm paying attention to the arrows this time so you can see. That's iron in. This is the iron ingots going. So this is all the exit stuff. The reason there's an in here is because, like I said, they are stackable. So I could throw... Here, I'll show you. We're going to let the concrete build up while I go check on a mysterious noise in the rest of the house. I'll be right back. Everything okay out here? I didn't think you were, but just in case. Mysterious sound was intentional. Gave me time to wait for the concrete to build up. Okay, so the reason... So they are stackable, just like that. So I can make as many high-rises as I want. But to have the continuity of the material flowing out, kind of what I had in mind back in the day was doing that, and then we can have another one of these guys going up to here, and then, so, not that button, so it'll flow out, go down to there, come down to there, and then continue on, so it just nicely step its way down. That was the years-old intention. Otherwise, it's just a flat roof. Okay. There. Not the proper input, but it is the proper output. My input then is... Ow! I faulted. I didn't hurt myself, but I faulted. So, yeah. Somebody once told me. So that's where the iron goes in. This is where the iron comes out. There is no door facing this way. So I think I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the whole building. Make sure we're on blueprint. So that's there. Yeah, there we go. So we can have the big door facing into the kind of this area here. Keeping in mind, I could also, at some point, I would, might want to start using that. But for now, I kind of like it having as a little blueprinter working area. That actually makes it easy to get my power over here to 2. So let's grab our power poles. I'm going to use the 45. I'm going to need to turn off blueprint snapping. There we go. We use 45. Probably should... Ooh, I know what to do. To do that. Do that. Do that. I'll do something better here. But that gives me that to go into there. And I think if we look in through the skylight here, absolutely nothing is turned on because whatever. Oh, that's because at some point when they first came in, I thought they were kind of cool, but no. We can just turn that off now. In fact, I could probably take that out of there. Yeah. Okay, so that means we got power going into the building. At some point, very soon, we will have iron ingots coming out of there. I just need to make sure I get some iron ore up into there. And to do so, we also need to make sure we have power coming down to this fella here, which shouldn't be much of a difficulty. Oh, there goes my frame rate. Oh, came back. Yay! So we can just go from there to there, go from there to here. I can get rid of these walls here now. I'll do something else to support everything. For now, we can just go like to there. And have you start cranking out 240. In the meantime, we need to not go to the outside of the building, I think. We have after all, a crap ton of room space in here. So just like we did on the other one, I'm going to replace that. I'm actually going to get rid of all of that back as well. And I'm going to use the iron miner to determine where I want that iron to go. Actually, let's get you out of here. I'm going to turn you around. Missing portable... What do you mean I'm missing portable miners? I literally just... How do I not... Okay, so they tell you you get everything back. They're very explicit. You know, you get all your stuff back, right? Except when you don't. Now, is it because my inventory's full? Probably. So I'm going to empty out my inventory here. Oh, I lost my miners. What other garbage do I know? I need to go take a trip back to home base. My pockets are so full. That's what. Okay, I'm finding one downside to having the dimensional depots is that, yeah, your pockets can fill up really quick without you noticing it, with just the most random trash. Okay, I need to go get myself a couple of portable miners here because apparently I lost the two that I just recovered. So we'll go make a couple of portable miners. I'm going to make a few of them. Because they're stacking now, or stackable now, which is awesome. So I'm going to carry 6. There we go. That's 6 of those. So I'll have another 4 in my pockets, just in case I need them. Yeah, it's awesome that they're now stackable, which means you can just kind of keep some on your person at all times. Without losing a whole bunch of your inventory slots. Okay, did I lose those crystals? I don't have no idea. But we're going to put 2 power crystals in. Just like that. And then we are going to figure out where you want to come up. So we'll put that there temporarily. I'm going to end up with a whole bunch more iron in my pockets again. You come up right about there. So, currently over here, la da dee da 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 dee. I don't know where the input went to. I got lost. So that's okay, right, over here. That goes there. There is that coming up right there. So if I put my floor hole right over here, right there, and I make that corner comfortably? No. So we're going to put you there. Let's see how well you turn your corner down. And we'll just use that, because you have to go into that. You're not turning that corner very nicely, are you? What does it take to get you to come out? You really do want to just, yeah, scooch right up against the edge. Okay. If you insist, we will do that. We will go right to there. Means we're going to have a little bit kind of snake it into the wall. I'm going to go double check. Because I really don't like it when you can see, you know, it's clear, so I don't have to put any extra coverage in there. We can grab our belts now, and we can go to there. Okay, so that's going to be the input from the iron into there. Let's fill in these floor holes. I have zoop turned on. Let's get our floor hole here. And just move you over a little bit, like that. And then like that, and then like that, and then like that, and then like that. Okay. Now, of course, the thing is miners don't really behave themselves. So you can see that miner's not at all lined up with the actual grid on the output because they don't actually line up to the world grid. So what I'm going to do here is push that to there, fix everything up here. Yes, I am using Mark V belts, so that's 780, I think it is. Worth of rate, but that is okay. Ooh, I'm gonna need another one right here because if I do need to, you went up too far. If I do need to tap into the other ones, or increase, because I can go quite a bit higher on that. I can go. So we're currently at 240. Just on the Mark IIs, I can add another 60. So we could do 300, or we could throw a Mark III and we can get a lot more. Mark III is 240 base, so double 480. Yeah, actually, how much can I get here? So that's 300. Yeah, so it'd be 600 on a Mark III. Yeah. Kind of looking forward to seeing what the Mark 6 belts look like, but I'm going to have to get through this tier. Two of those products actually should be done, now that I'm thinking about it. Nope, don't. Let's not have ADHD Satisfactory today. Let's get this done. Let's get the iron done. Let's get most of our infrastructure in as much as possible in the next little bit. There we go. So that's 240 iron going up. That should all fold into the machines here, which means I should start seeing 240 ingots coming out. Where are they going? No idea yet. I haven't decided on where I'm going to put the next building. But let's pop again into our calculator. So we are going to need, which I've already taken care of. That's fine. I got 240 going into there. So the next buildings are going to be the constructors here for the iron plate. Like, for God's sakes, I'm using the steel screw recipe, and it still needs 4.4 for screws. That's where I need a lot of ingots. Ironically, doesn't use a lot of steel to get that amount of screws going. So that's going to be multiple different lines here. Yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll see if I can't get most of this reinforced into one floor. Gonna have to bring limestone over here. Don't hit that button. But that's not really an issue because I'm literally sitting on top of limestone right there. Got limestone right there. Where is that? It is right about, I have no idea. Let's just do a little quick boop. There. I didn't see where that was. I totally missed it. Limestone. I know there's limestone. Where's my limestone? I know there's limestone. There it is. So there's the limestone right there. Nice and easy to reach. Hey, Mr. Bird. Oh boy, a whole bunch of you guys down here. So got lots of limestone. Good to go. So I think put the next tower. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But you know what? Looking at the old clock on the wall, that is about all we're gonna get done today. We actually got pretty much everything set up for infrastructure. We've got our steel processing. We are going to be bringing in our aluminum casing, so we got all that up and running. That took a couple of days. We got our iron for it now, so we got steel, iron, and aluminum. Nitrogen's ready to go. I do think I need a nitrogen receiving station, so that's going to have to get tied into the lines here somewhere. I'll figure out where. I might even kind of tuck. Lots of options. I mean, the whole point is I got space here, but you know what? That is going to be next week. For now, though, everyone, thank you for joining. The fact that there are a whole bunch of us, bunch of you guys watching right now, that really kind of makes me feel good. I mean, honestly, that is a pleasant, beautiful surprise this Monday morning or Saturday morning. And I want to thank all of you guys for watching me. I really, really appreciate that. It kind of helps me make it worthwhile. And, you know, again, the whole point is to try and grow this channel. And see if we can't get more and more and more. Already you've helped me grow the channel, to get to the YouTube memberships phase. Next thing is to kind of push beyond that. So we're looking for 1,000 subscribers. And we are slowly moving our way up. We're at 672. Love to hit 1,000 by the time we hit the 1 year anniversary, which is coming up in a few weeks. Like I said, we're on episode 47 here, so that's 5 weeks, 4 weeks, so a month. Basically, beginning of September is when I started doing my YouTube stuff. At least on a regular basis. I've been doing YouTube for a while, but until then. But I really appreciate you guys watching. I am still trying to figure out what I want to do for channel memberships. I'm thinking maybe, we'll have the Space Engineers video that comes out in the afternoons, 1 p.m. Pacific or 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Maybe that'll come out a day early. There's badges. I'm still kind of looking into it. Hey, if you guys got any suggestions of what you would be a cool perk for membership, let me know. Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. What is it the kind of things that might entice you to be a member of a channel and see what we can do. But that is it for today. Thank you very much once again for spending the time with me. I really do appreciate it as always. Hey everyone, I want you to stay safe out there. I want you to be good. And I want you to have a great day. Thanks for watching.